What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report monthly news briefing. I guess it's going to be Sunday, the 28th of July, 2024. It's been about a month since I did one of these. I think I might be a little rusty. Forgive me. I'll try to get back in the swing of things. It's just we live in such a time of lunacy. We've had an attempted assassination on an ex-president. We have a current president still in charge of the nuclear launch codes, who has apparently gotten COVID and had his 10th dose of whatever. We have Kamala Harris running against Donald Trump. Total lunacy. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the links. Kind of an abbreviated report this week. I do have some sections that are smaller, but some important stuff you need to know about. By the way, I might be more active on Twitter and Gab and Facebook and the YouTube feed. Those all four feeds. When I tweet something out, it goes out all over. So make sure you're following me on all those places. All those links are always at the bottom. I want to start off with a little bit of breaking news. Apparently, the top thread on GLP at this hour, it said there's a massive power outage during the Olympics. It's dark, security cams down, strange goings on. Apparently, Paris has lost power. Maybe the gods didn't like your whole opening, the supper scene and all. We're going to get into that. Anyway, just look at the headlines at this hour. Secret Service boss resigns. She did not answer one question she was asked. If you watched any of her, they finally forced her out. She was like, I'm not going to resign. Oh, yeah, you are. She's out. Meanwhile, the Secret Service...
And just breaking moments ago, Brett, I want to tell you that the Secret Service is apparently now telling or asking the Trump campaign to stop doing their rallies outdoors. This is reporting from the Washington...
In fact, here is this severely sloped roof that the Secret Service was talking about. We got all this footage has come out. This is the roof that they couldn't secure because it was severely sloped. Wasn't that the words? So you can see they're up walking on it now. This guy had no problem laying on it. The dead guy's laying there. There's a gun there. The Secret Service guy's talking to the SWAT team. This is the roof that they could not secure. This whole thing is screwed up, man. There's a lot of other people breaking in now. Stumbling out of the gate, we have Harris starts race down 11 points, even worse than Biden. Although what I'm hearing now is that she's coming up level with Trump. I don't know. Who knows if we're being told the truth. We have Kamala Harris and versus Donald Trump. Truly Looney Tunes land we're living in. Let's see. Obama doesn't believe Kamala Harris can win. Which is why but this was the New York Post. But a couple days later, I guess Obama's handlers got a hold of him because Barack and Michelle, they both endorsed Kamala Harris, giving her expected but critical support. So what's the story here? Who's supporting what? And where is Joe Biden? He called into the Kamala Harris thing. This guy here... most likely fake, AI generated, anything can be. In fact, if you just watch the thing, it's so surreal the times we're living in.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe.
Oh, no, it's so good to hear from him. What is going on? His brother. Okay, here we go.
We asked him whether he feels that his brother's overall health and vitality played a major role in this decision, and he says, in my humble opinion, absolutely. So a member of the president's family now confirming that the president's health was indeed a major factor.
So the mainstream media, are they ready to admit that they've been pushing nothing but lies and propaganda and misinformation at us all year long when they've been telling us that Joe Biden's in the best shape of his life? Apparently not. In fact, he's been given his 10th dose, his 10th dose of Paxlovid. 10 doses. Meanwhile, he's still in charge of the nuclear launch codes. People are wondering, is he even in charge of anything? Is he... I don't want to speculate too much. And we got Black Lives Matter broke it down. I got to give a shout out to them. They broke it down very well. Sunday, Joe Biden drops out. Kamala Harris announces campaign. Kamala Harris says she's going to work hard to earn the nomination. Monday, 24 hours later, Kamala Harris continues making calls. She makes 2 public speeches. AP announces Kamala Harris secured enough delegates to be the Democratic nominee. Kamala Harris releases a statement 24 hours. Look, she says she worked hard to go out and earn the nomination. I don't understand anything that's happening right now. Another reason why it's getting so hard to do these reports. Over to financial news. How made U.S. stock indices fared on the Friday? Have you seen the Dow lately? Look at this. The Dow Jones rose 654 on Friday, closing at 40,589, 41,000, 42,000, 50,000. Up and away. I don't know. Apparently it was not a good week. Apparently big tech stocks Took $1 trillion to sell off, triggers worst day for a stock market since 2022. Well, this is 2 days ago. Let's see, 725. So apparently that is no more because the stock market's up and away. I don't know what they're talking about. Elon Musk says America will, look at this, will go broke. U.S. dollar will collapse. Well, no shit. Eh? You're talking like me and my friends have been talking for like, what, 15 years ago we were saying these things? Hanging out in blog TVs and whatever, talking about the collapse of the dollar. And now Elon Musk is saying it, so it must be true. He's a genius. Everywhere is garbage. Chinese making documentaries about America's collapse. Homeless all over the place. In fact, here we go. A percentage of Americans that worry that they won't be able to pay their bills. I got into a big fight with the phone company yesterday trying to raise our bill another $20. Then the Great Depression, the Great Recession. People worried, anxiety. Are you worried? Constantly stuff going up, mortgages doubling and tripling, bills going up all over. Discount retailer Big Lots to close more than 50 stores in California. Just all over the place. Newsom, speaking of California, orders California agencies to clear homeless camps, but the impact remains. Well, where is everyone going to go? Okay, you want to clean up the cities? Where are you going to put all these people? California trying to force big tech to pay for news. We want Facebook and Twitter and all these guys to pay for news if it's posted on their sites. How did that work out from Australia and Canada? Put a link to that. Bitcoin lover Larry Fink, Donald Trump's pick. I'm sure he'll fix everything. Yes, another big thumbs up guy. No food being taken off my table. James O'Keefe exposes Democrat massive London. No, shout out to him. He's still at it. Navy SEALs fired for refusing the thing for religious reasons. Score major win. Again, I had to throw that in there. I don't think they're getting any back pay or anything, but some of the signing bonuses that they were refused, I think some of that's going to be returned to them, so right on. And I got one at the bottom, a little bit of police state news and financial bin. UK government introduced a new digital identity verification services bill. I'm sure it's all being done for your own protection. Over to New World Order Police State News, where I stopped and asked, could please share the report. There's a lot of important stuff coming up. Although maybe some language, I'm not going to rule it out. MSNBC star Joy Reid says Americans of color going to look real crazy and weird if they don't vote. Of course, we're going to be told how we're going to have to. It's going to be so racist if we don't support. Oh my God, you're going to be racist and sexist, and if you don't support Kamala Harris and you support Donald, you're the most dumb and DEI candidate. Trump and allies attack Kamala Harris based on her race and gender. Of course, they're going to say, "Oh, you're all this whole Barack Obama 2.0 is what this is going to be." Remember, if you said anything bad about Obama, you're just a racist. This guy here says if you say anything bad about her, you might as well just be calling her the N-word. Seriously, there's a war on for your mind. They want to control. This shit ain't working on me. I gotta relax. Kamala Harris was never the border czar. Oh, we got the whole border czar. Yes, she was. Look, you want to have a perfect example of how the mainstream media lies constantly? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Border czar. Vice President Harris was not a
shout out to this guy who put this together.
Big-time Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People gonna have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's
not
what
at all.
Republicans
Never.
Labeled
what are you
her.
talking about? You're crazy. You're racist.
Harris,
you're sexist.
Especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team.
You have got to be fucking kidding me, is all I'm going to say. Oh, speaking of the New World Order, just another satanic global. I'm not going to play any of this because a lot of this stuff is being I'm surprised to see some of this. A lot of this was taken off Twitter because of look at this. They got the Behold a Pale Horse coming in. This is the opening ceremony to the Olympics. They got the Last Supper, the headless. I mean, they're going full on. And none of the media is talking about the devil worshiping going on here. It's just I'll put a link to a GLP thread. All that stuff is there. Some good old-fashioned but very sad police state news here. U.S. officer fatally shot. Did you hear? Sonia Macy in her home shot her in the face. This happened up, I believe, near Springfield, Illinois, I believe. Here is a little bit of the video. I believe the full video is over in my favorites if you want to see what precipitated all this. It was really nothing at all. In fact, you want to see a demon? I'm not sure how religious I am, but here you get to see a demon. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Watch what happens next. Watch this. Watch this. She's across the room. She's taking some.
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Yeah, well, you know what happens next, right? Unbelievable. Some police state news from across the pond. Miscellaneous police filmed stomping on man's head at Manchester Airport. Got a little bit of video on this. I don't know what. Did he try to go snack bars or what? It's a little bit extreme. I put a link to that. Sorry, I'm having a moment here. There's nothing that woman did that called for her getting shot in the face. Thoughts to her family, man. All right. Kamala Harris, over to World War III news. Kamala Harris refuses to preside over. We got the Israeli Prime Minister. He was in town this week addressing Congress or whatever. So he had this to say.
Absolutely amazing. Some of these protesters.
Now, he didn't draw us a bomb and tell us how Iran by this summer is going to have 90% enrichment or anything, but
hold up signs.
He did make a joke.
Gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
He does have kind of a point there. A lot of these protesters have no idea what they're even protesting. Not that I'm on his side. I'm just saying. You got this madness going on in D.C. The park police, everybody's being overrun. There's not enough help. Officers being hurt and dragged. I put a link to that. Meanwhile, children dead in attack on football pitch. Golden High. Was Gaza or this was Hezbollah that sent this Israeli Defense Force rocket fired by power? Yeah, this was Hezbollah. Really, Benjamin Netanyahu vowed retaliation against Hezbollah. But this happened after. Let's see, this was 6 hours ago when I'm posting this. This happened after this happened. At least 30 killed in an Israeli airstrike on a school in Gaza. So you know, there's a lot of stuff. I'm just going to go off the deep end if I comment on it. U.S. scrambles fighter jet to intercept Russian and Chinese nuclear-capable bombers off Alaska during Biden's address to the nation the other night. What's up with that? Speaking of that, we got Romania confirms Russian drones in its airspace. Not a lot going on in World War III news. I mean, a lot of the same, bombing and this and that, but not a lot. I didn't see anything in Iran and North Korea news. But we did have heart-stopping moment. Armed guards on container ship open fire on Houthi kamikaze sea drone, which then explodes in a huge fireball. They did too. What was the movie? Captain Phillips. Why didn't the guys on Captain Phillips have this going on? Wouldn't have had that movie at all then. Like, boom, kamikaze. Those guys should be armed, man. The risk they take, you transporting that cargo around the world, at least have a couple of trained guys on board, with you see how they handle it now. No hostages, nothing. Over to Earth Changes news. I got the earthquake set up for 6 points in the bud for the past 2 weeks. I'd go for the past month if I could. But we got a 6.3 on the 25th. Let's see, Indonesia. We had a 6.2 on the 22nd, 6.2 on the 21st, 7.3 on the 20th. That was out of Chile. We had a 6.0 in Alaska. 6.0 in Alaska? No crap. On the 19th, and a 7.4. Another one in Chile on the 19th. So some big rocking and rolling going on. I haven't seen too much on volcanoes. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. We do got massive fires burning in Northern California wildfire, largest of 2024, and deliberately set. I believe they had that person in custody. We also have big fires burning up in Canada. These towns just being wiped off. I mean, the devastation coming out of Canada is just crazy. I'll put a link to that. The heart goes out to everybody involved. Over in China, we have doom in an elevator now. You got this guy. I'm not sure when this happened. This could be an old video. I apologize if it is, but I haven't seen it before. This guy apparently has an e-bike battery, gets in an elevator. I mean, what do you do here? What do you do now? You see, this is why I do not install EV chargers in people's homes, because I don't trust that shit. That happens in the middle of the night, my name's not going to be on it. We're not far enough with this lithium ion technology I don't trust it myself. Anyway, other news going on. Pilot, the only survivor in Nepal, apparently got a plane down in Nepal. Pilot's the only one that walked away. He got some spraying. What happened? Massive attack on French rail network brings travel chaos ahead of the opening. Now we got this power outage. We had this thing here. People were setting railroad ties on fire and sabotaging fiber optic cables. I don't know what's going on. We got sharks test positive for cocaine off Brazil's coast. More it's making its way around the world. They're gonna start eating people over there. Dark oxygen. Maybe it's the dark oxygen discovery. Study finds lumps of metal producing dark oxygen. Maybe it's alien. I don't know. Speaking of that, we got stranded Boeing astronauts are still stuck on the ISS. Don't know when they're coming home. I mean, do they have enough food and water and stuff? I mean, the ISS is eventually going to be, bombarded into the atmosphere. Hopefully they can get home before then. Link to that. What is this here? Pop up. Imminent danger, magnetic field collapse. Maybe they can come home before the pole shifts. Not climate change. Oh my God, crazy. This caused me to look up a little bit of stuff on what's going on with this sun lately. This is from the other day on Space Weather. Far side, solar flare, CME impact. So the sun is very active. X14 flare. The sun's acting crazy. And we got one at the bottom. 3-fingered aluminum mummies in Peru have fingerprints that do not appear to be human. Alien? What's he doing? I'm just stretching. We should name him Clay. Over to strange and bizarre news. Don't have too much of it this week. I got a few stories though. Sharon Stone apparently will leave America if Trump. Didn't we hear a lot of this stuff last time he was elected? Where's all these stars like Cher and all them said they were going to leave? Are they still here? Apparently she's looking crazy these days. I'm going to leave if he's elected. There is no Dana, only Zool. Is she the one that beat up that 80-year-old man brutally run over while placing Trump signs in Michigan? Was it Sharon Stone? I don't know. Put a link to that. We got something going on here in a produce section somewhere in America. Bitch, don't touch my bananas. Put a link to that. Football star apparently believes race played a role in handcuff removal. He was taken off a United flight. I think there might be footage in here somewhere. I didn't care enough to look into it. And check it out. Kamala Harris's new bus. Here you go. This makes sense. I love the guy. I love the pimp that's standing there. Watch this. I had to throw that in. It just makes so much sense. Yeah, because it goes along with this. Mattel releases Blind Barbie and Black Barbie doll with Down syndrome. How about that to cap off the report? I don't understand what's going on. For all the news, please check my favorite videos. Sam F is still at it. He put out a video, worst attack since October 7th, that Israel thing over there. Teen accused of derailing I actually saw that video. He's accused of derailing trains for... Sometimes I find myself watching train derailment videos late at night on YouTube. I mean, it's one of those things. I watched some of his stuff, and apparently now he's in custody because he intentionally derailed these trains for viral views. Other stuff going on. You scroll down here. There's the full video of the. Watch that at your own. I mean, it's very, very sad. Donald Trump, his first full speech. Hulk Hogan. I mean, there's just some good stuff here. True Stream Media, Shannen Doherty. Check out my favorites. Definitely shout out to everybody who keeps putting out news and information, keeping everybody informed. You guys are doing awesome work. Some good stuff over there. We have a couple shout outs that are going to end the report on a very sad note. Former Fox Business host Lou Dobbs, dead at age 78. Still, I cannot find a cause of death. He was alive one day, dead the next. One of the only mainstream reporters I ever respected, had the balls to go up against the New World Order several times, reporting on the North American Union having shots fired into his house. Did they finally take him out? I don't know. You tell me. Can you find his cause of death? I can't. Rest in peace, Lou. And shout out and rest in peace to Shannen Doherty, star of Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed, dies at 53. Long battle with cancer. They had a video here, montage, but I guess it wasn't important enough, so they took it down. As a child of the middle 80s and early 90s, I was definitely a fan. Definitely a big fan. In fact, I got her last post, one of the only people I follow on Instagram, one of the only reasons I have an Instagram account so I can follow her stuff. This was her last post about a month ago.
I have no idea how long I'm going to be on the chemo for. I have no idea if it's going to be 3 months, or if it's going to be 6 months, or if we're going to, if after 3 months it's not working, if we're going to change again. That's not something that I can predict. It's not something my doctors can predict.
Apparently the chemo took her out before the cancer did. Rest in peace, and thank you for the memories. That's all I got, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst you've ever seen, just please rate it. Helps me around. You can also follow me on all my links below. The BitChute, the Twitter, the Gab. Like I said, I might be more active on the feeds. I have the 4 feeds that always do the same thing: the Twitter, the Gab, the Facebook, and the YouTube feed. If there's news going on, I'll post it there. You can support me on Patreon or directly with DonorBox if you like the reports. Please help keep them going if you can. That's all I got. Again, sorry, it's been about a month since I did one of these. I like to say that I try to make it more consistent, but I don't know. The way the world is, the way my life is, the way things are, I'm not going to disappear. I do know that. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes on a Sunday while I give you news. Tell me your thoughts. Pick a story. Pick them all. Tell me what you think's going on in this completely insane clown bus of a ride that we're on. You guys take care. Stay safe. Remain vigilant. Be ready for anything at any time. Watch world events as we're coming into these final months before the election, because anything can happen. I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you all.